Hello, my name is Joe Brumfield, Senior Director with ASCD. Our team is dedicated to partnering with you to create custom solutions for all of your professional learning needs. On behalf of your friends here at ASCD, I'd like to welcome you to ASCD Webbies. Our Webbies are short clips created by our faculty members to highlight strategies to help educators deliver virtual instruction. Join us every Friday to learn and share some creative ways to deliver instruction with engaging online tools. Our Webbies will be released every Friday on social media accounts as well as ASCD streaming. Follow the hashtag ASCD Faculty Friday to view our latest releases. Enjoy.
My name is Jennifer Beasley, and I'm an ASCD faculty member. Today's topic is setting learning goals in a digital learning environment. So the goal for this Webbie is really to talk a little bit about what it means to set goals for a lesson, and then also what might be an online tool that can help us as we're setting learning goals in a digital environment. So first, just want to share with you the big idea behind setting learning goals. We have to know where we want all of our students to end up before we can think about how we want them to get there. We need to begin with the end in mind. Now, as a school teacher for many years, I don't think I quite got that for a long time. I started with the activity or the assignment that I wanted my students to do, and then I thought about my learning goals. So I kind of had to flip that and really think, I want to begin with where is it that I want to go with the students. So a part of my learning process was really thinking about my learning goals as, what do I want my students to know, understand, and be able to do as a result of my learning experience or my unit or my lesson. When I'm saying know, what I mean is our facts, our procedures, vocabulary that I want them to know, quick facts. When I say understand, what I mean is the why behind the lesson. What is the reason that we're learning multiplication? What is the why behind that? And finally, the do. That's the measurable skill at the result that's as a result of the lesson. I like to think of these as puzzle pieces because the knows and the do's, those help to reveal that greater understand or the why behind the lesson. Let's take a look at one example. I want students to know the different stages of the life cycle of a butterfly. I might want them to know some vocabulary words like butterfly, larva, pupa, metamorphosis. The understand is that I want our students to understand that all living things experience change in cycles. That's really an enduring understanding, and that's something that I might use in an elementary level, I might use in middle school, and I might use again in high school, because that is a concept there, that we're all living things experience change in cycles. And finally, the do. An example here is I want them to observe, compare, and describe changes in the structure of butterflies over time. Notice the do is not an activity, but really a measurable skill. So if we're in a digital environment, having them observe, compare, and describe changes, they may do that in a Flipgrid, or they may do that in a poster, or a set of photos that they took in their backyard, or something that they're an experiment that they're doing at home. So a tool that can help us when we're creating clear learning goals I'm going to talk about Padlet. And when creating clear learning goals, we want to develop them in community with our standards, and in community with fellow educators. Now, this particular online tool that you can find at Padlet.com really helps you harness this valuable tool of community. So wherever your fellow teachers might be, or even educators that you don't even know, you guys can come together and collaborate through Padlet. So let me show you an example. Here on one side, you can see an example of a Padlet that I've used. And Padlet is like a giant bulletin board. And whatever you can drag from your desktop to that, that website, that online bulletin board, it just starts to build all of those resources. So you can put videos on there, documents, whether you're using Microsoft Word or a Google Doc. You can put Post-it notes on there, quick notes to yourself. So 3 ways that you could probably use this as you're creating clear learning goals is you could virtually meet with your grade level partners or in content teams via Padlet. All of you open that same Padlet up and begin to just gather your resources together as you're beginning to figure out what are going to be our learning goals for this upcoming unit or learning experience. A second way that you could use it is you could start a Padlet for an upcoming unit and share that with your students. And as everyone begins to share, what do they want to learn about that topic? Maybe the top of the Padlet just has the topic butterflies, and students begin to share. They could type out a Post-it note. They could share a photo. They could share a website that they're kind of interested in. And then as you look at what your students are sharing, you begin to think about, well, what are going to be my learning goals? What direction do my students also want to pursue? Finally, the third idea is that you can create a resource from your state standards or professional organizations that will help you create those enduring understandings for the unit or learning experience. So National Science Teacher Organization, Association, or you could be going to your state website and just gathering those resources for yourself. The great thing about a Padlet, you can do as many bulletin boards as you want, and those don't go away. So you can always go back to common resources that you use and use them again and again. So setting learning goals really helps us put all of the pieces together so that we can provide a complete picture of where we're going to our students. And really, that is like the first step when we're crafting those learning experiences. I hope that this has been a helpful Webbie for you. If you're looking for more resources, I might suggest one of Wiggins and McTighe's books on understanding by design. I know that it was really helpful in my own learning experience, and hopefully it will be helpful for you as well.